In the last episode of Serenity, we kicked off an epic adventure. Ultimately, we're on our way to leaving the Abaco Islands for places further south, and we continue that journey today. After a couple of critical boat projects, like the mainsail Cunningham downhaul for Chris, and more importantly, the hand towel holder for Lisa, we shot out of the Abaco Sound and started heading south. Today, we pick up right where we left off, out in the Atlantic Ocean.
Well, we are now in open water in the Atlantic Ocean, and thank goodness it's not too rough. Caitlin's a little seasick, but I gave her something to put under her tongue. But yeah, beautiful blue color.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and I'm a high school teacher.
And I'm Chris, and I work in tack.
Together, we are sailing vessel Serenity.
We bought a boat we couldn't afford
And put it into charter to help pay for it.
but every chance we get,
We're aboard chasing adventures.
this is our story.
And our dream to sell it all and sail full time.
At the end of every episode, there's a link to binge the whole journey from the beginning.
Welcome aboard Serenity.
Well, I'm not sure how well this is going to come out because swell never comes out well on camera, but if you can see the horizon and see Serenity's bow and what it's doing, you can kind of see as the bow kind of dips into the swell a little bit. Again, I'm pretty sure that's not going to come out super well on camera, just based on the fact that it never does. But those are about 3 foot, 4 foot. We were predicted to have 2 to 3 today. It's a little bit sportier. It's kind of fun though. Nice little ride out here. What you think, babe?
It feels like being on a ride at the amusement park.
Yeah.
When you're going
Kind of does, yeah. Up and down and up and down. Just down, I had to go to the bathroom. I was down there and I was like having trouble aiming. It's like, note to self for future reference. Sit down to pee when you're at sea.
Absolutely.
Anyway, we got a nice long sail. I'm trying to get us far enough away from the out island so that I can tack us. Right now, you can see off in the distance, it would just be a little bit too tight. We wouldn't be able to get through there. So we're just headed out to sea, strictly to get a good angle to start heading the direction we want to go, which would be that way. And we're headed that way, so we want to go that way. But if we don't want to kick on the motors, which we kind of don't, this is what you do when you're sailing. Plus, we got all day to get there, and we're not going all that far. I think I said it was like 4 or 5 hours or something like that. And it's about, what, noon? We noon now? Almost noon. So, good stuff. Super excited to be out here on the Atlantic again. All right. So you can see here, at a 90-degree turn, we should miss the reef off of Elbow Cay. So I think it's time to tack now. So what I'm going to do is, just to get prepared, since I'm going to be dragging this line across, let's go ahead and get this set up for myself. Actually, I think I'm going to leave it a little loose because I can drag part of it. And then the other side is to get this guy loose, because we're going to have to let that go out while this comes in. And we're going to make a 90-degree turn right now. Hopefully we make it. I think that Lisa and I decided once that this was a bad idea to let the autopilot do it, because it's just a little too slow. Hopefully we've got enough wind here to be able to do this. So here we go. Now we've hit a 90-degree turn. You can see that the wind angle has now shifted to the other side over here. The main is a little bound up, so I'm going to give her some room to breathe. We're at about the same wind angle as before. So if I were to say, hey, I want to miss this reef, so I could say, probably the best way to do that is to aim for, oh, I don't know, maybe about right there. Say go to, now it's going to say my bearing to waypoint is 182, and look at that, 182. Although I'm going to come in a little bit less than that because the wind's going to shove us off a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll come up into the wind a little bit more, make sure we've still got some speed, and try to just get us as close hauled as possible. But now we're headed the correct direction. When we get around Elbow, we'll actually be able to turn a little bit, and gradually throughout the day we'll get a better angle on the wind, a little bit more speed as we get down this direction. So the wind will be a little closer to the beam. Right now we're really pretty tightly close hauled, but we're making 4 knots, 3.5 right now, and 14 knots of wind, which is not great. But the tails are kind of flapping around, so I'm going to trim on these sails a little bit and see if I can get squeeze another 1/2 knot out of this. Anyway, here we go. We've tacked.
So this is Oaktown from the Atlantic side. There is the lighthouse. Cool. A little rough today. Not bad.
This is one of our favorite places in the world, where you see that sailboat mast right over there. That's that little beach that we like to walk to. And then it's a little ways away, so I'm not sure how well the camera's picking it up, but the 2 cuts that you see right there are the blowholes that we sometimes walk to. And just above that, you barely just make out the lighthouse, the abandoned lighthouse. And then kind of further off to the left, that's Pete's Pub coming up right there. So just, we're really rocking and rolling here today. But yeah. Swell's pretty good, but we're coming around right now, right outside of Little Harbour. And we're going to come around here to this place called Sugar Key and see if we can find some good holding there. the wind and the swell are right on it, but I see this big reef here, and so I'm kind of wondering if it's still going to be nice, even though the wind and the waves are coming this direction. We're going to go check it out. If it doesn't work, I can always come back over here into the Little Harbour area, anchor right out here. But there's also this Cherokee Sound, which I don't know much of anything about, but that might be an option for us as well. So, just gonna find a place to anchor out for the night, and hope we find something, you know, pretty decent. Anyway, yep, that's what we're doing right now. Cliff right there is called Ocean Point. We're getting ready to go around it. I think the place that we're going to potentially anchor for the night is right on the other side of whatever this point is. But pretty cool looking. Houses going out here. Some big ones. Some being built right now back there. Well, we just anchored down at Winding Bay. We thought it was called Sugar Key, but I think actually Sugar Key is that island right there, which is just a rock, but someone decided to name it. But this is such a beautiful area. There's a bunch of houses and stuff kind of scattered about, and then there's a big grouping of them. I think it's actually a club, or maybe it's a hotel, I'm not sure. There's a golf course here, and so it's probably a resort actually, but I'm not really sure why I've never heard of this place. It's really pretty terrific. The depth is good, and it's very sandy here, so we got on anchor on the first try. We do have some protection. Not sure how well this microphone blocker will work. Hopefully you'll be able to hear, but that's the reef. The passage through is right over there. Yeah, some rocks and some reef. So it's blocking a lot of the swell. It's blocking a lot of the swell that is out there that you saw when we were sailing today, and pretty light breeze. So super excited about going to explore this place. Getting ready to drop the dinghy and go see what's out there.
All right, we made it to the island that we're gonna hang out at and explore. Sorry for the shaky, the floor is very hot. And I'm walking across, holding my phone. We are anchored, and looks like we have quite a bit to explore, so this is exciting.
All right, we're going on a dinghy adventure. Can you hold?
Yep.
From here before we both die. Don't kick your beer over. I just about did. Whew. Yeah. This is kind of what I'm looking at. Get the camera a little closer here. Well, now it's not doing it. Well, there we go. Here comes one. It's just making it a little bit sporty, a little bit challenging. Nothing we can't handle though. So here we are, easing into Winding Bay in the Dingy. This spot is on the southern end of Great Abaco, and the first thing that you'll notice is that big crescent of white sand wrapping around the turquoise-colored water. About 2.5 miles of uninterrupted beach. It's quiet, it's calm, and it feels like one of those places you'd only find if you were looking for it. We also found out that this place is the home of a place called the Abaco Club. It's a private community spread across 500 acres with a Scottish-style links golf course. It's ranked #1 in the Bahamas. They've got cottages, estate homes, a beach club, an infinity pool, a spa, a fitness center, the whole barefoot luxury vibe, we guess. We didn't get to see a lot of it from where we were at, but we did kind of sneaky onto the 19th hole at one point. Show you that here in just a minute. This area is also very close to Little Harbour, just a mile up the road actually. If you've been there, or if you've watched our videos for a while, you know Pete's Pub, the art, the cave, and that old abandoned lighthouse that we'd love to go visit. It's one of our favorite places in the world. And Marsh Harbor, the main hub, is about 15 miles to the north, so people who live or vacation here are probably just far enough away to feel remote, but still close enough when it's time to go buy groceries. We were thinking this might just be the perfect anchorage for the night. Protected, scenic, everything you'd want. But cruising has a way of reminding you who's in charge. The wind and the waves were coming from the exact wrong point on the compass. Literally, if it had been out of any other of the 359 degrees on the compass, we'd be calling this a near-perfect spot. Instead, it was a rolly night. None of us got much sleep. But that's boating life. Sometimes the prettiest places don't make the best beds. Still, exploring Winding Bay was worth every minute, even if the anchorage didn't cooperate. The memory of this water, this beach, and this little adventure in the dinghy, that's the stuff to write home about.
got the wind. But there's Serenity, anchored nicely out there. And then we shot some footage of this beach area. There's Firefly. And then we went ahead and came on up, and there is a bar with massive televisions, really nice thatch roof, and nice seating areas.
The Abaco Inn, apparently. Also, we're probably going to have to dub all that audio because it's so windy up here.
It is very windy.
Very, very nice breeze. But
Yeah, but Chris also pointed out that it looks like a golf course up there. And his thinking is that when they're done golfing, they come here. Anyway, pretty cool place.
little sunset action going on here in the cove. Just finished having some spaghetti for dinner. Lisa cooked. So anyway, it's been a beautiful day, been a lot of good sailing, and so yeah, wrapping it up here in this wonderful little bay, this neat little protected cove. Lisa and I walked up to this thing, which we think must be the 19th hole for the golf course that's over there, because it's full bar, but it was completely deserted at like 5 o'clock. So that usually means the bar is designed for golfers at the end of their day. But really neat hanging out there. Great breeze, wonderful view, including of this boat. And yeah, so having a great evening here at what's this called again? It's not Sugar. I've forgotten the name of it again. It's like Winding Bay or something like that. But yeah, having a great time. KJ's doing a little bit of photography with her super awesome professional camera.
And that's all the time we have for this episode, folks. Join us next time and we'll pick up the anchor, head out into the Atlantic, and start our first major crossing of the trip. We'll officially leave the Abaco Islands, and then we'll explore a place called Egg Island in the Eleutheris, a little spot just west of Spanish Wells. As always, thank you so much for watching our story. We'll see you next time.